We're about to go through an interesting article here, surprisingly from Deadline. Now, while they do reach a conclusion that is wrong, let's just say that, they start attributing it to, I think, some things that have little to do with it, and they don't really address the actual problem. But they do say what it's not accurately, and that's this whole fatigue deal. They specifically, in this article, if you want to go and read it, from Deadline, and the title of it is "The Marvel's Meltdown, Disney MCU Posts Lowest Box Office Opening Ever at $47 million." That is the title if you want to check it out. But there's one specific part that I want to get to that I think is a lesson. It can serve as a lesson for you aspiring entrepreneurs out there, understanding demographics, understanding who your target audience is. Right here, other diagnostics on the Marvels, 65% male leaning. So the vast majority of people that went and saw this movie and showed up were men. I do believe that they recognized that they were not going to get women to show up like that. Even though it was really targeting them, especially early on with some of the trailers. That's why I think there was a style shift for that last one, and they were bringing in all these characters that seemingly had nothing to do, according to reports, nothing to do with the actual movie. It was a little more serious in tone because they were like, well, this may be our only shot here. So think about that. All of this marketing and girl power stuff, and they couldn't get the women to show up. So if you want a demographic to blame, because I'm already seeing it, oh, look at these toxic males and all that and what they're saying about this movie and yada, yada, yada. At least the men showed up. See, look, I'm going to give it to you straight like this, okay? Comic books, films, comic book-based movies, outside of some outliers, are always going to be male-centric. That's just what it is. That's just going to be the primary demographic. Always has been and always will be. That's in books. That's in anything it is related to the movies. That does not mean that, of course, there aren't women that can enjoy it. I know some pretty big comic book fans that are women, right? Of course that's the case. However, you'd be a plumb down fool. And this is why I think demographics is a really touchy subject for some people, because it forces folks to have to acknowledge some harsh realities. Let's call them that. Very, very harsh realities. They don't want to do that. But you have to. Definitely, if you're going to understand who your target audience is, if you are going to make comic book based stuff and you want to knock it out the park, even if it's centered around a female character, which you can do that, we've seen it done, you're going to have to appeal to the male demographic. That's just what it is. It's a fact. You can be mad and angry all you want. Instead, you maybe go get mad at, well, you wouldn't do that, but you get what it is that I'm saying. Women aren't the ones that are showing up in large numbers. There's just never been a case like that. And even something as female centric as this, and even part of their promotional stuff, they could not get butts in the seats. They couldn't get women in the seats. They still carried this film to the at least 47 million that they got, which was the lowest in Marvel Cinematic Universe history with the box office. At least well, let's say this: the people that even carried them to get there were men. It wasn't women. The men showed up. The women didn't. They have to go back to the drawing board, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're suffering a fate that is everything self-imposed. They did this to themselves. Period. They got too cocky. Went in on an audience of people that aren't buyers and they don't really exist, perhaps make stand accounts on Twitter, but that's about the extent of their investment in your property. You better start paying attention to that. Alpha Core #1's pre-order is live. Written by the legendary Chuck Dixon and penciled by Joe Bennett. Visit Rippaverse.com to grab a copy and any of the merchandise items. Be sure to also check out the animated trailer for the campaign, which is the latest project from Rippaverse Studios. Y'all be easy.